So what we're going to work on for the next couple weeks actually is a legacy, defining legacy. So I'm going to give you, we're going to look at the assignment. There's a slideshow that you're going to watch yourselves. I made a copy for each of you so that you don't have to copy it for yourself. It's already one for each person. And the big question is, how do my footprints leave a legacy? So they kind of use footprints and legacy kind of together here. Do any of you know what a legacy is? Oh, I shouldn't have shown that first. Do you know what legacy is? Have you heard the word legacy, or have you heard it when people say leaving your footprints? If you just want to put it in the chat, you can, or say it out loud. It's up to you. Any suggestions or comments about what a legacy is? No pressure. You guys are all quiet this morning. All right. Well, I'm just going to give some helpful hints, but then, which is on the next page, but it's something to think about. Well, it's interesting what the definition says on the next page. There's two definitions. One is a property, like money left to a person by a will. Now people are like, well, yeah, I like that kind of legacy. But the legacy that we're talking about is something like memories or knowledge that comes from the past or a person of the past. Okay, so when we talk about the footprints or a person's legacy, it's just the footprints kind of wants you to think of the analogy of using footprints, just kind of wants to tell you that every step you take, your choices, your decisions, your movement throughout this world are all parts of developing your legacy, even you guys. All right, so it's just trying to create a good visual for you to realize that your footprints around, even just living it, maybe you don't ever leave like Oregon. It doesn't matter, but you're leaving a legacy, your decisions, your choices, and how you go through this life. All right, just something to think about. Now, then there's a short little video that Oprah, it's hard, I was gonna show all these, but sometimes the videos are hard to hear. So hopefully your videos will work for each of you. And if they don't, then you can like watch it on your phone, or you can do a Google Meet with me. I can show them to you that way. But I like her first line. I can't remember what it is. So her first sentence was, I don't know if you heard that, probably not, is your legacy is every life that you touch. Okay, that's another kind of that she thinks that legacy is. So it's also the lives you touch. Okay, so you can finish watching this, and there's a bunch of clips in here. I just want to warn you, but they're all pretty short. All right, so then the next defining legacy is an example is Martin Luther King Jr. What was his legacy? He's not known for like his I Have a Dream speech, his letters from Birmingham jail, his activism, his protests, his service to others, his Nobel Peace Prize. I said that kind of wrong. Okay, so these are some examples of his. All right, then on the next slide gives like, what is a legacy? It talks about 4 characters here. Well, one's a book character and also in a movie. Okay, Atticus Finch, Steve Jobs, Walt Disney. Interesting, Walt Disney, he has a legacy, right? And then William Shakespeare. So I'm not requiring you to watch every single video, but I would like you to watch a couple of them, okay? They're all very short, like I said. And then there's more on this one as well. I don't know who this Sonia Sotomayor is. Hunger Games, they're even saying even books and characters in books leave legacies, all right? That's something I didn't really think of, but yeah, I think I've read books where it's like those characters stand out to me and I'm like, wow, okay? Maya Angelou, and also this is interesting, the Mirabal sisters. I don't know if you've heard of the Mirabal sisters. That's a really interesting one. There are 3 sisters. I don't know what the era was, like 1930s. And I want to say it took place in the Dominican Republic. Or Guatemala, I can't remember. Anyways, the legacy they left. And it kind of gives you a hint for their political activity in their country to cause a revolution. So there's some more. So I'd like you to listen to, and again, if you have trouble, please let me know. Now, the final assignment, so you'll turn in, again, you'll just turn this slideshow into me. The only thing that you need to do any work on is this last one. So from after reading that, going over some of the stories, in your own words, I would like you to define legacy. Define it in your own words. Secondly, people, places, things, and other examples of a legacy. So I'd like it probably at least 4 things in this box that are examples of a legacy. Okay, so you could mention the person, people. You could maybe mention places or legacies. I never even thought of that, but yeah, places, legacy, what place as important as it leaves footprints in our lives, okay? And any other examples of legacy. In a sentence, you're to use legacy in a sentence, and I don't want the definition. Legacy means this. I don't want it like that. I want you to use it within a sentence, okay? Use it within a sentence. So like in fact, my last class period, I was having a trouble, and I'm like, it's kind of hard to use in a sentence. So I could say, following my grandfather's legacy is very important to me. Okay, so using it in sentence correctly. And the last one is you need a couple pictures, probably 2 to 3 pictures of what legacy looks like to you, visuals. Do you guys understand this slide? So that's one of the assignments, okay? Then, the next one. So again, this one you need to do first because the next assignment builds on after that. So please do this assignment first. Whoops, sorry. Okay. Then the second assignment is, a legacy research project, part 1. Okay. So this is kind of the note-taking. All right. So you'll be responsible to choose a person. You could use a real person. You can use a movie character or a book character to research. You'll determine their legacy. Pretend you're that person. So you're going to use the first person when you write about this. I do this. So you're going to use I. You're going to pretend to be that person. You can choose someone that's not on the list. I have a list of legacies of different people. And if you look on here, I have like there's book characters over here. And there's also real life, pop, cultural, historical. And again, you don't have to use you don't have to use the people on this list. You just choose one person, and if there's someone else that you want to do instead, that's fine. Okay, you're going to choose one, and then there's a research form that you're going to fill out and submit. Okay, so after grading it, I'll send it back to you because you're going to need it for a presentation, a Google Slideshow presentation. So it's very important that while researching your character, whatever websites you use, it's very important that you save those websites you used for your character, okay? Because you're going to need it for the slideshow, and there's 2 options for how you want to present, all right? But that's for next week. So here's the research form. So make sure you use a reliable source using the web. Conduct some informal research. Try to learn as much as you can about your character or your person's legacy. All right. Use these starters to create your slideshow. So remember, the slideshow is going to be next week. And actually, I'm giving another way. I should have added it on there. There's more than just the slideshow. There's something else you can do instead. Okay. So remember, you're going to use first person. Who's your person you're going to be. So a lot of these are your own opinion about the person. Okay. So as you conduct your research, you might find what other people think. So after combining all your resources and thinking about that, what you think, okay, is what you're going to put here. The most important moment of my career. There might be more than one important moment, but there's other boxes down at the bottom that you can fill in too, you should also know. So these are like 4 extra boxes at the bottom. I'd like you to probably do at least one, but there's extra boxes at the bottom to have more information just about anything that you want to share that's not addressed up here, okay? I'll never forget the time. So in your own opinion, what is so important in that person's life that you think that's unforgettable, okay? People say I'm most famous for. So maybe something that's repeated in each research that you use, each document you use. What do they repeat over and over? Sometimes I wish I could change. Okay, hopefully you can find something in there where they talk about what they would change about their life. When it comes to my relationships, I'm most known for. So what do other people close to this person, it might be kind of hard to do, but in the relationships that they have, what are they known for? So that might be something you could even check out if they're still alive. You could check out their Instagram accounts. I don't know. I absolutely can't stand it. What's something they can't stand? They talk about that they don't like, that they're against, okay? These are a few of my favorite things in their lives. What are they talk about that's important to them? One time when I was a youngster, hopefully you can find something. Now, if you're having trouble finding something about when they were young, then just maybe do an extra box down at the bottom. You should know that. So put something here, extra information we should know. You don't have to, again, I say, fill in every single, the rest of these boxes. But if you don't fill in one of the boxes up above, make up for it down here. Do you guys understand that? So these boxes are basically your notes. So you don't have to have like complete sentences. If you want to do like a bulleted list, that's fine. But put, you know, like something in there that you'll remember so that this is all your notes that you're taking. Okay? Some of boxes you might only have one little things. Other boxes you might have more things. Okay? So this is your note taking. Okay, I know it says conversation starters. This is for something different because if we were really in school, this is where one day we would all dress like the character and then people would come in and then you'd interview each other. But we're not going to be able to do that. We might be able to do it like in a Google Meet, but like in a breakout room, but we'll have to see. For now, it's just going to be something that you're going to turn in to me. Is this assignment? Okay, and if you don't want to turn this in yet to me and you want to wait because I don't mark things late, so, or mark you down for being late. So if you don't want to turn this in late and you want to wait and keep it for next week when you start on the presentation part of it, the slideshow or the, I'm going to offer a one-page, if you want to do a one-pager on that person too. I just haven't worked out the rubrics yet. So that is, if you want to save it and then turn it in later, that's fine. All right, so those are the assignments for this week. I'm going to stop recording.